Evolve and conquer. Let's look at the Forestcraft Showdown Deck from Shadowverse Evolve. This deck's objective: prepare and power up your fairy tokens to unleash a powerful game-ending attack. Here are the contents of this deck. Your leader card is Love Sign, a code card for the Shadowverse Worlds Beyond mobile app, stat counters from the front and the back, 3 copies of Arya Miasma Fairy, 3 copies of Amata's Fairy Blader, 1 copy of Tatiana's Sanctuary, 2 copies of Tree of Wonders, 3 copies of Elf Song, 3 copies of Fairy Circle, 3 copies of Fabled Archer, 3 copies of Spirit Shine, 2 copies of Nature's Guidance, 2 copies of Cynthia, the Queen's Blade, 2 copies of Fashionista Nelcha, 2 copies of Sukuna, Brave and Small, 3 copies of Sunbright Elf, 3 copies of Blessed Fairy Dancer, 2 copies of Spinaria Wavering Will, 3 copies of Fairy Slugger. The Evolve deck, you only get 2 copies of Arya Miasma Fairy, Sunbright Elf Evolve 3 copies, Fairy Slugger Evolve 3 copies, and Sukuna Brave and Small Evolve 2 copies. For your token deck, you only get 5 copies of the Fairy Pixie token, the Fairy Wisp token, only 4 copies, 3 Evolve points, and 1 Super Evolve point. These are the cards from this deck used to set up its win condition. The first card is the spell card Fairy Circle, and it gets to put 3 fairy tokens in your EX area, and it costs 1 play point to cast. The next card is the amulet card Tree of Wonders. By burying it, you get to draw 2 cards from your deck, and it costs 2 play points to summon. The next card is the spell card Spirit Shine, and it gets to choose 1 pixie token on your field or in your EX area and gives it a +2 attack and defense, and it only costs 1 play point to cast. The next card is the follower card Amata's Fairy Blader, and it gives each pixie follower in your EX area a +1 attack and defense, and you get to engage it to select up to 2 pixie followers on your field that cost 1 or less and gives them the ability Storm, and it costs 2 play points to summon. The next card is the cover card of this deck, Arya Miasma Fairy. It costs 3 play points to summon, and you want to evolve her so that you get to use her ability to search your deck for 1 pixie amulet card that costs 2 or less onto the field. And the amulet card that you'll be summoning is Tatiana's Sanctuary, where on Fanfare, it gets to give each pixie token on the field a +1 attack and defense. However, if you were to call a pixie token onto the field, you also get to give it a +1 attack and defense. And the next card is the spell card Nature's Guidance, which allows you to return a card from your field back to the hand, and then you get to draw a card. And the last card from this selection is the spell card Elf Song, which allows you to give each Forestcraft follower on your field a +1 attack and defense, and it only costs 2 play points to cast. Turn 1. Play the spell card Fairy Circle to put 3 fairy tokens in your EX area. This is where you set up your main combo. Turn 2. Summon the amulet card Tree of Wonders and then bury it to draw 2 cards from your deck. This is very crucial for you to draw out your key components for this combo. Turn 3. Play the spell card Spirit Shine to +2 attack and defense to 1 of your fairy tokens. And then summon Amata's Fairy Blader to +1 attack and defense to all pixie followers in your EX area. This is where the power up begins. Turn 4. Summon Arya, Miasma Fairy, and then evolve her to summon the amulet card Tatiana's Sanctuary directly from your deck onto the field. This will set up your turn 6 play. Turn 5. Play the spell card Nature's Guidance to return Amatas back into your hand so you can summon it again later. And then, play 2 copies of the spell card Spirit Shine to plus 2 attack and defense to one or both of your pixie followers. And then summon Amatas once more to power them up again, and then follow up with a direct attack with Arya for 4 damage, which drops your opponent's defense to 16. Turn 6. Summon your powered up pixie followers, which triggers Sanctuary's ability to plus 1 attack and defense to each token put on the field. And then, play 2 spell cards, Elf Song, to plus 1 attack and defense to all Forestcraft followers. Finally, use Amatas' ability to grant your token Storm, and then launch a heavy total attack of 18 to your opponent's defense, and that is game. Of course, you need to make sure these cards must be available in your opening hands at the beginning of the game to pull this setup. Just make sure your opening hand has Fairy Circle and Tree of Wonders so you can draw 2 cards early in the game. Summon Fabled Archer to filter out your cards that you need from the top 3 cards of your deck. And then, follow it up with the spell card Nature's Guidance to put it back into your hand, and then you get to draw another card so you can play it again next turn, or if you have more play points to spare. In case you can't get this setup, this deck comes with alternative strong followers to exact your victory. Sukuna, Brave and Small's Evolve form, turns her into a 6/6 body with Storm when you played 5 cards during your turn. Fashionista Nelcha can help you get rid of potential ward cards your opponents might play. And finally, Cynthia, the Queen's Blades. Besides granting Storm and Assail to your pixie tokens, it also grants plus 2 attack to them each. Conquer the field with the collective powers of Forestcraft and evolve your game with this amassed deck. Get the Shadowverse Evolve Forestcraft Showdown Deck only from...